Hi everyone, I'm Bex. I'm a teacher at Grace and Gravity and I teach Rocket at the studio. Today I'm going to be taking you through a beginner's Rocket flow so that new members and old members and everyone can get an idea of a bit more of an understanding of the fundamentals of Rocket. Rocket was begun by Larry Schultz. It is a variation of Ashtanga combined with Vinyasa flow. It's essentially quite a fast practice. We hold poses for a shorter amount of time. And the idea is, and the famous quote behind Rocket, is that it gets you there faster. So this is a no frills, beginner's Rocket, and we're going to begin with our sun salutations at the top of our mats. So we come to the front and we begin in Tadasana, our mountain pose. Our feet are about roughly hip distance apart, or you can stand with your toes together and your ankles apart, whatever feels natural for you. You have a little micro bend in the knees, roll the shoulders back in line with the ears here. Imagine there's a piece of string pulling your forehead, the crown of your head up towards the sky. Active fingertips towards the ground. Closing down the eyes here just for a couple of breaths as we center ourselves before our practice begins. Enjoy your flow, guys. As we begin, we inhale and we lift the arms up towards the sky. We exhale, hinge at the hips and fold towards the floor. Hands come to below the knees, to the ankles or flat to the mat, whatever feels good for you here. Inhale, halfway lift, roll the shoulder blades back, look ahead. Exhale, lower the hands to the ground, step back into high plank position here. Take an inhale in through the nose. And as you exhale, you lower the knees to the ground, flatten the feet, and then draw the rest of the torso down so you're flat to the mat. Inhale, roll the shoulder blades back, claw the mat with your fingertips, and we come up into baby cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes, send the hips to the sky, and we meet in downward facing dog. Breathing here, maybe pedaling through the feet if that feels nice, to wake up the hamstrings. When you're ready, step right foot behind your right hand, left foot behind left, halfway lift, roll the shoulder blades back, look ahead. Imagine you're squeezing a pencil between the shoulder blades. Exhale, we forward fold towards the earth. Inhale, draw the arms up towards the sky. Exhale, Samastiti into prayer. Inhale, full body stretch, fingertips kiss. Exhale, dive down like you're diving off a diving board. Inhale, halfway lift, send the collarbones forward, look ahead. Exhale, lower the hand, step the left leg back. Bring the right leg back to meet it. We all meet in high plank. Take an inhale in through the nose here. Now you have your options. You can do knees down cobra as we did before, or you can send the weight forward so you come onto your tiptoes, hug the elbows into the side, and we melt down into a little mini half press up here. As we inhale, we flatten the feet, so the toenails are up against the mat, and we drag our hips towards our hands as we straighten the arms to come into an upward facing dog. Exhale, we tuck the toes, we lift the glutes, we come back to down dog, and we breathe here. So guys, that's our vinyasa, and you have a choice. You can do knees down cobra, or you can do that half press up called a chaturanga into upward facing dog. Whatever feels good for you in your practice today, listen to your body and take what you feel it needs. When you're ready, step or jump forward towards the hands, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold towards the floor. Inhale, draw the arms up towards the sky. Exhale, Samastiti into prayer. We bring it into Surya Namaskar B. Bring the feet a bit closer together. Internally rotate the thighs and really squeeze them in towards each other. Imagine there's a piece of string pulling your navel in towards your spine. Inhale, we bend our knees, we sink down low. We lift our arms in line with our ears. Exhale, forward fold towards the floor. Inhale, halfway lift, roll the shoulder blades back. Exhale, step back into high plank position. Take your choice of vinyasa. Knees down cobra, chaturanga to up dog. And we all meet in downward facing dog. Inhale to lift the right leg nice and high. Bend the right knee underneath you, step it forward. Pivot the left foot to 45 degrees. We inhale and come up into warrior one. Exhale, take the hands down towards the floor. Step back into your high plank position. Knees down, cobra. Chaturanga to up dog. We all meet in our downward facing dog. And this time we lift the left leg, super strong. Bring the left leg in towards you. Pivot the right foot to 45 degrees this time. And we inhale, we come up to warrior one on the left. Exhale, take the hands down towards the floor. Take your choice of vinyasa here, guys. Knees down, cobra. Chaturanga to upward facing dog. And we all meet in down dog here. Breathing in through the nose. Exhaling out through the mouth. Finding stillness in your down dog. When you're ready, step or jump forward towards the hands. Halfway lift. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, bend the knees. Sink down nice and low. We come back into our chair position. Shoot the arms up towards the sky. Bend through the knees. Squeeze the thighs together. Exhale, we come into prayer. Inhale, now come into standing. We take it back into our Utkatasana here. Lifting active fingertips to the sky, arms in line with the ears. Sink down low. Slightly tuck the tailbone just a smidge to prevent too much arching in the lumbar here. Inhale now, and as we exhale, we'll bend through the knees, taking it down into our half chair. You can have the arms in line with the shoulder blades here. Sink down low. For a bit of an extra challenge, as you take a breath in, you come up onto your tiptoes and you hold. Exhale, take the hands down towards the earth, come into a forward fold. You have yogi's choice here now, guys. You can separate the feet so they're mat distance apart. Bend down and come into your Malasana yogi squat. If that feels nice for you, and that's where you want to take it today, this is your next step in the standing sequence. For everyone else, if you're comfortable with Bakasana crow, we take it into our first arm balance. We lower our hands down towards the ground. We walk our knees up into our armpits and we squeeze them in there. Take the weight forward and lift the feet away from the ground. Holding here. 3 gentle breaths. You can either lower the feet to come into yogi squat, or you can jump back into your chaturanga. Inhaling now as you send the weight forward, taking it into your upward facing dog. Exhale, tuck the toes, add a Mukha Svanasana into your down dog. Breathing here. When you're ready, bend the knees, step or jump forward towards the hands. Halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold towards the earth. Inhale, we shoot the arms up towards the sky. Exhale, Samastiti into prayer position. Now as we inhale, we step out on the right leg. Drawing the arms in line with the shoulders, we come into our warrior 2 position. So you want to turn the right foot out. So it's at 90 degrees. Your left foot's at 45 degrees. Right heel is in line with the arch of the left foot. We breathe here in our warrior 2. And all we're going to do, bend into that right knee and look over the right fingertips. Imagine you're pulling the heels in towards each other to squeeze the bum and engage the hamstrings here. Now we start to straighten through that right leg, taking it into our Trikonasana. So imagine someone is pulling your right arm towards the right side of the room. Really squeeze the quads here, lift the kneecaps to engage the front body. And when you can't be pulled any further over to the right, you lower your right arm down towards the right shin, coming into your Trikonasana. Should feel super active here in the legs, guys. Think of leaning back. Imagine you're lifting your left shoulder blade closer to your spine. Exhale to look down. Inhale to draw yourself back up to standing. Bend into the right knee. And now we're going to turn it over slightly to face the right. Turn the back foot in so it's at 45 degrees. Coming into our similar warrior one stance. You take the right hand onto the sacrum. Lift the quads again. Inhale, shoot the arm up nice and high towards the sky. Exhale, we start to forward fold now. And we take it into our Paravita Trikonasana. So right hand, left hand here comes to the outside of the right foot on top of the right leg. And you start to turn the back sacrum towards the back of the room. You can stay here, you lift the hips and squeeze the quads in together. And for a final challenge, you can lift that top arm. Really engaging the glutes here to find height and length in the pose. Exhale, lower the right arm down. And you want to slide that back foot slightly further away and take it into a warrior two stance. The left foot has come back to its 45 degrees. You take your right hand to the inside of the right leg. And now we twist the torso up towards the sky, coming into Utthita Parsvakonasana. You can keep the hand on the sacrum, or you start to lift over the head. You want to find lots of length through the side body here, guys. So keep lifting that left shoulder blade up towards the sky. Exhale to look down. Inhale, slowly start to come onto tiptoes of the back foot. You can lower the left knee down towards the ground if you're feeling a bit wobbly, or you can lift it. You take the hands into prayer position here. Take an inhale in through the nose, and as you exhale, you take the left elbow to the outside of the right knee, and you twist, coming into Paravita Parsvakonasana. If you want to take it a little bit further, you tuck the toes of the left leg, you extend it, and you come into a balance here. Really, again, work on lifting that top shoulder, drawing it closer to the spine to intensify the twist. Breathing here. Exhale, release both hands down towards the ground, guys. Take your choice of vinyasa. Knees down, cobra, or chaturanga to upward facing dog. And we all meet in downward facing dog. Breathing here. Pedal through the feet if you need to, guys. When you're ready, step or jump forward towards the hands, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold towards the ground. Inhale, lift the arms up towards the sky. Exhale, Samastiti into prayer. Guys, we're going to do the same on the left. So we step out on the left leg. Coming into warrior two on the left. This time the left leg is at 90 degrees, left foot. Right foot's at 45 degrees. Inhale, shoot the arms in line with the shoulder blades, human T shape. And as we exhale, we bend into that left knee. You can slide it away to create a slightly wider stance if you're quite flexible and feel confident in the pose. Look over the left fingertips, you're a fierce, proud warrior. Exhale to slowly straighten into the left leg now. Squeeze the glutes in towards each other. And again, imagine someone's pulling your left arm towards the left side of the room. Keep this front body nice and open, guys. Look over to the left fingertips, and now you fold down into your Trikonasana. Left arm works towards the left shin. Think of leaning back in the pose. So imagine you're leaning to the back wall with your right arm. You're squeezing the glutes and the kneecaps to engage the legs. Exhale to look down. Inhale to draw yourself back up into standing. Now you can walk that back right foot in a smidge, turning it to 45 degrees. Straighten through the left leg. Pop the left hand on the sacrum. We inhale to lift the right arm up nice and high this time. And then we start to forward fold. Paravita Trikonasana on the left, so right hand goes to the outside of the left foot. You can pop it on a block here if you need to. Keep working that top shoulder towards the spine, feeling a twist, lift the hips. You can stay here or you can start to lift that left arm up towards the sky. Exhale, slowly lower the left arm down towards the earth. You can shuffle that right leg away, take it into a warrior two stance, so it's at 45 degrees. The left hand comes to the inside of the left leg, and we come into Utthita Parsvakonasana on the left. Again, we want lots of length through the right side of the body here. You want to keep the shoulder, the top shoulder lifted towards the back of the room. Sweep that arm over the head, and you might want to look towards the right fingertips if you feel stable in the pose. Exhale, we slowly lower both hands down towards the earth. Lower the right knee towards the ground if you need to. Inhale, we take the hands into prayer position. Exhale, we twist at the torso and take the right elbow to the outside of the left knee for Paravita Parsvakonasana. If you want to intensify the pose, you flex the back foot and extend the right leg away. Keep working that top shoulder closer to the spine. Keep twisting the torso towards the back of the room. Really try to straighten that back leg, guys. Engage the glutes. Exhale to release the pose. Take both hands down to the mat. You step back into your high plank. Knees down cobra or chaturanga to up dog. And we all meet in downward facing dog. Couple of breaths here to steady ourselves. When you're ready, step or jump forward towards the hands and we come into a comfortable seated position. So we extend the legs out in front of us, flex the toes coming into Dandasana, seated staff position, hands to the outside of the hips. Keep the feet flexed and internally rotate the thighs and squeeze them in towards each other. Imagine that string pulling your navel towards your belly button and your crown of the head up towards the sky. We inhale to lift both the arms nice and high. And as we exhale, we hinge the hips and reach our arms forward, and we might grab onto our toes. If you don't reach the toes, you can have a bend in the knees, or you can rest the hands to the outside of the legs. If you have the toes, inhale to roll the shoulder blades back, and as we exhale, we take the elbows out from east to west and we forward fold into Paschimottanasana. Imagine you're sucking the belly in to give yourself more space, and try not to round through the upper back. So we want to imagine we're taking our collarbones towards our toes. You may not get as far down as you normally would as if you round through the back, but the idea is to create length in the spine. Take a nice exhale out. Draw yourself back up to your Dandasana. Lift the arms again. You can forward fold towards the toes if that feels good. Or this time as we exhale and come forward, we take our hands around our ankles. So a slightly deeper stretch here. Inhaling again, lift the heart. And as we exhale, take the elbows out from east to west and we forward fold once more. Inhale, draw yourselves back up to your Dandasana pose. And now we sit back onto our elbows. Just taking a moment here to work out our alignment for our next pose. Well, remember where your elbows are placed. And when you come back up to seated, move your hands to where your elbows were lying down. Coming into Parsvakonasana, our first back bend in the sequence of seated. You start to push through the hands,
Work the feet towards the ground so the toes are touching and lift the hips. Squeeze the bum here, keep lifting the hips nice and high. And if you're comfortable in the pose, you can drop the head. Exhale, slowly lower the hips down towards the ground. We move some of the flesh away from our sitting bones to come into our Navasana boat pose. We inhale and draw the knees in towards the chest. Hands can be in line with the legs. Or if you want to intensify, you can straighten the arms up towards the sky, or you can straighten the legs. We hold here for 1, for 2, and for 3. Now we lower into our half boat. So coming down, lifting the hands over the head, if that feels nice for you. Take a nice deep breath in, and as we exhale out, we shoot back up into our Navasana. Standing here strong. Inhale now. Now we exhale and lower back down into our half boat. Inhale, use the strength of the core to come back to your Navasana. One more time. Exhale to lower down. Coming into your half boat. Inhale, shoot yourself back up. Navasana for 1, for 2, for 3. Draw the knees in towards each other. Place the hands onto the mat. We take our vinyasa again. So, chaturanga to up dog, knees down cobra, and we all meet in downward facing dog. When you're ready, step or jump forward towards the hands, and we come down onto our backs for our back bends here. Taking it first into Setu Bandhasana bridge pose. We bend the knees and walk the feet close in towards the sitting bones. Have a nice long spine here. Sometimes I like to take the back of my neck and just move it a little bit further away to prevent any hunching through the shoulders and neck. Push through the hands, which are on either side of the hips, and the feet. Start to lift the tailbone away from the floor. Then you work your way up the spine. So push up. It's the lower back, the middle back, then the upper back coming into your full bridge here. Keep the chin tucked. Squeeze the glutes. The bum should be lifting really high towards the ceiling. You can work the hands or the arms underneath the shoulder blades, interlace the fingers, and push the forearms into the ground. For an added bit of spice, imagine you're pulling the heels in towards your glutes and you'll instantly turn on the hamstrings here. Release the bind, and now we work our way back down. So in the opposite direction, so upper back, middle back, lower back. The tailbone is the last thing to touch the ground. Final back bend here is Urdhva Dhanurasana bridge pose, or upside down bow. So if you don't like this pose, I recommend doing another bridge, or if it doesn't feel comfortable with you right now, do a second bridge pose, Setu Bandhasana. To take yourself into your full wheel, have the feet in close to the sitting bones again, and work the fingertips in line with the shoulders. So the elbows are up towards the sky, and the hands are by the shoulder blades and fingertips are pointing towards the feet. I like to come onto my head first to help me with the alignment, and then I work on straightening my arms. So I'll demo this for you now. Head, and then you really want to work, as I shuffle my hair away, to straightening the arms. And what I like to do in my bridge is come onto my tiptoes, and then walk the feet in a little bit closer to my head, and then I flatten my feet to the ground. So I push my head through my shoulder blades. When you're ready to come back out of your wheel, come down onto your head, and then slowly lower spine bone by bone down to the mat. You can have the knees bent here, and just wait for that signal from your back. Usually you feel some sort of release, like a in the lower back. Just wait for that. And then you can windshield wiper the knees from left to right. You can close now with a supine twist. So bring both the knees up so they're bent. Work both the arms so they're in line with the shoulder blades here. And we're going to move the knees over to the right. So you might want to shuffle your bum slightly over to the left before dropping your knees to the right. If you want a slightly deeper twist, you can take eagle bind. So you cross the left leg over the right, or you can do a double bind, whatever feels nice for you as you lower the knees down towards the ground. Breathing here. Inhale, draw the legs back up to centre. Release the bind if you have it, and we'll do the same on the other side. So slightly shuffle the bum over to the right. Cross the right leg over the top if you want to take that bind. If not, you just bend the knees and send them over towards the left. Inhale, draw the legs back up to centre. Release the bind here, guys, and now we close in our final Shavasana. Sending the legs out nice and long. Palms to the sky, and we close our eyes. Any niggles in the lower back, you can bend the knees. Have your feet so they're mat distance apart, and then allow the knees to drop in towards each other. So any niggles in the lower back, you take that variation. And we close here in stillness for a couple of minutes. Relaxing the brow, relaxing the jaw, relaxing the tongue in the mouth, letting everything go. Feel all the points of contact the body has with the floor. And imagine now that each body part is melting into the floor in that area. Slowing down the breath. When you're ready, you can start to invite movement back into the body. Maybe giving the fingers and the toes a little bit of a wiggle. Draw the knees in towards the chest. Give yourself a squeeze behind the backs of the knees. Maybe you roll up the upper back for a little stretch here. And if you want to, you can roll from side to side to massage the spine, or backwards and forwards. And slowly roll yourself up to a comfortable seated position. We close cross-legged, taking our hands and forehead to our forehead. Closing down the eyes here. May you have kind thoughts as you go about your day. Draw the prayer down to the lips. May you have kind words to share with others. And draw the prayer down to the centre of the chest. May you hold kindness in your heart as you continue to grow in your practice every day. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me for this practice, and I hope to see you at Rocket in person very soon.